Hello, everybody. I'm back. It's been a while, but I am here again with all of you. It is Civilization 7 time. This is one of my favorite games I've played, especially in the AAA space, in a very long time. It is now enhanced. It is now on the Switch too, folks. This is something I've been looking forward to since the announcement. Who are we using? Well, obviously, the greatest leader and the greatest civilization of all time. That's Caesar Augustus, leader of the Roman civilization, and we're playing as Rome. Now, here we go. We have his abilities, which are +2 production and capital for every town, and you can purchase culture buildings in towns. It's 50% gold towards purchasing buildings, which means they're half the price. We also get the Roman Empire, which is +1 culture on districts and capital and city centers and towns. We also get more production towards the Colosseum. We have the Legionnaire unique unit, which gets +1 combat strength for every tradition in the government, and the Legatus unit, which is a commanding officer who you get one free charge in the first one, and you can also get... No, you don't get one charge, I'm sorry. You get an ability on 3 levels to settle a new town and go from there. And we have the unique quarter known as the Forum, which gives you +1 culture for every unique tradition in the government. So this is a very culture-heavy character. I also have the 2 mementos, which we're going to get into. Militaristic attribute point, because... man, the new 1.2.1 version, they like to fight, and we have the cultural attribute that we get immediately to get more culture. So, yep, as I said, this is a very cultural leader. This is a very cultural society. We are going to go culture heavy. This is going to be a lot of culture. We're going to try for a culture victory. Now, just so that you know, this is going to be kind of like a tutorial, so I'm going to sort of move a little slower. I want to explain things because... despite the fact that this game is, whether or not people want to admit it, better than 6, there is a lot of nuance that's going to change from this one to the previous. So if you are a 6 fan, this is going to take a little getting used to. The way things work is we start off with a founder and nothing else. We are going to settle... I mean, these yields suck ass, but we're going to get into it. We do have horses nearby and spices. There is tundra here, which means there is culture on tundra typically. But we're going to just settle here, and we're going to start with Roma. And the first thing that you want to do is get a scout. Now, the way this works is you have a population. The population in this sense is 1. What that means is that we have only 1 tile. These tiles are not our tiles just yet. They're there, but they're not ours. Let me make sure I get my attribute points up. So we want 1 culture, and the reason why I picked militaristic is because we want 1 free war support, which means anytime somebody starts wars with us, I'm going to try not to start wars with anybody else. That means that I get +1 war support, which means I don't lose much happiness, and they do, and that leads to production and everything else. So, the way things work here is we're going to choose a technology. The animal husbandry gives us food on pastures and production on camps and woodcutters. We got a lot of woodcutters. We got a pasture right here. We're going to just go with animal husbandry first. And we're going to build warriors. Time for warriors. Now the scout's going to go find. So the way this works, as I said, these are not your tiles. When you settle, the tiles are just there telling you what the yields are at this point. Once you grow your city, they become your tiles. Now, whatever enhancements you have from the technological tree and everything, they start taking into effect. So... at this point, what that means is this tile here that I just picked has production. It is a fishing boat. Once we get more food on fishing boats, that'll count to that. Once we get more... well, pretty much that. Once we get more food on fishing boats. Now that tile is going to give us 1 more food, 1 more production, 1 more gold. So if you look at the overall stats... you can see that this city now has 6 production, 1 gold, 2 culture, 5 happiness. Happiness is how you get celebrations, which gives you more policies in your policy slots. We're going to get into that. Happiness also increases your production. So happiness is a very important aspect. You want to keep your people happy. And the ways that you can stop people from being happy is you overpopulate. Okay, so now we're going to grow the city even more. We're going to get something immediately about woodcutters, which is this. So let's buy that. At this point, that tile is now giving us 1 more food, 1 more happiness. But that doesn't mean it's going to be the end of that. I'm also going to buy a granary. And I'm going to put a granary here. Now, I always say check the tiles. This is an unimproved 2 food, which means we're not getting the 2 food. But with the granary, we get another spot to move, to grow our city, and we get more food per turn. So I don't want that to be, I want that to be production so we can move along with this granary. The warrior, I like to just kind of build a fortification in the center, which, by the way, if you do that, what that means is it acts as almost a wall. It's not a good wall, but it's a wall. I don't know what I'm going to do with the independents. As you saw, we have very angry independents down here. I want to kind of stop them before they get anywhere. So if you look at the top, you'll notice that there are stats. These stats determine certain aspects and attributes of your current situation, civilizations. Silver! Definitely want some of that. What that means is that influence is a specific attribute that gives you, it's like a currency that gives you the ability to start endeavors, initiate befriending independence, like these guys. Who are you from? Okay, I think that is a military. Let me just double check. No, it's a science. See, that's interesting. Science independence give you the ability to get technologies on the fly by befriending other independents. And also, do I want to go pottery or masonry? I want to go pottery. If I go masonry, there is a desert here. We'll go pottery. So anyway, influence gives you the ability to, like, say, if you go here, bargain with them, befriend them. It would take 170 for that. I think I may want to befriend them. I don't know for sure. So I'm going to kind of back up right now. Plus, I don't have really much of an army, so we're going to just wait. All right, so now that I unlock production, look at that. The woodcutter now has production. You see that? This is how it works, folks. And the next one we're going to unlock is clay pits. We have iron. Oh, okay, I know where we're going to settle next. So as it says, Caesar Augustus is about having towns, not cities. The way it works, we're going to build 3 monuments. The way it works is whenever you settle, we want mysticism first. And we're going to go with Classical Republic, which gives us plus 20% culture for 10 turns and plus 15 production towards constructing wonders. And the reason is because these are our social slots. I always go with the opposite of what I just picked, so production and science, because I have no science right now. You don't want to ignore technology. The way it works is these are your technological trees. Now you can just select the one that you want to get to, and it'll lead you to the path. So I can select masonry, and it can get me there. At this point, it would go directly to masonry, and I don't really want to go there. And that is the civic. That is the technological. This is the civic. The civic has a few things. Not only do we have this, these civics, we have Roman civics. All of these Roman civics, whenever you see that plume logo, that means that is a policy. These, if they're in your civics, these are traditions. The more traditions you have, the stronger our legionnaires become, the more culture we get. That's how it works. Also, if you'll notice, as we move along, we use other civilization leaders in future videos, because I'm just going to be playing this as much as possible. Caesar Augustus with Rome starts at 12 culture per turn. It gives you a little bit of an advantage because everybody else typically starts at 10. This is deity, so they're not going to start at 10. They're going to start a lot higher than that. But 12 culture per turn at the outset is pretty good. All right, that's done. We could get a saw pit. I'm going to get another warrior. Now, the way this game works as well, build more fortifications, is you have legacy paths. In antiquity, it's different than in the exploration, which is different than in modern. I always start from the beginning. Antiquity, we need to construct wonders. We need to construct 7 wonders to get a cultural golden age, which carries over into the next era. Military, we just have to keep settling and everything like that. Science, we need codices. Codices comes from unlocking technologies and other sort of events. And then with economic, we have to get resources. And the Grand Canyon's right here.
The veins of the world.
Grand Canyon is a cultural marvel. We need to settle on that. So, and we just met Isabella, and that's the reason why the Grand Canyon is here. Hello, my beloved. Yes, I'm in love with you. She is Carthage, and she is dangerous, because Isabella loves those wonders. When Isabella finds a wonder, she gets 300 gold. When she settles on a wonder, she gets a shit ton more of the yields than it would automatically on its own base. So what that means is, you see this? Where is she? She's right on it. So it would be 2 culture, 4 happiness for us plebeians. For her, it would be that is a science. What is this? That's science and culture. Flax is a new resource. We're going to go with horses, even though we're not going to be much of a cavalry. And there's Moreau. Moreau is, let's see, they are economic. She's not befriending them. Okay, so now that we've met somebody and she's very close, and it's very early, we're going to go to the Leaders tab. Now, with the Leaders tab, we can induce treaties and endeavors. The endeavors are based on what kind of leader you are. She is, I forget, what is she? I don't think it's going to tell me here. She's also a despot. But we also want to look at her agendas. She likes civilizations that don't have any natural wonders, and she dislikes those that do. So you want to stay away from natural wonders if you want to avoid being on her bad side. Despotism is also somebody that's looking for a military tree, because it's more science on celebrations. We just had a celebration, as you saw, where our happiness hit a certain level. But let me see, what is her... We are a... Let me see. I forgot what we are. We're cultural and I think diplomatic. He is as a leader, and I think Rome is cultural and military or something like that, or expansionist. Whatever the case, the endeavors are just what we can induce based on our leaders. So we are a cultural leader. We can do a cultural celebration. What's the other one that we can do? Let me see. And if we do that, we can increase our relationship with them. Right now, our relationship is just neutral. It's plus 20. Nothing's happened. Cultural exchange, and that's about it. So, yeah, I think it's just... If it was expansionist, we would be able to do the... Not the farmer's market. That's the economic. We got another warrior. Do I have any wonders available? The answer is no. But let's get some settlers. It is settler time, and we're going to keep our troops close. The first place I'm going to settle is going to be... Well, we got a lot of iron here. I can settle right here and get some iron and get some jade. It still won't be close to her. And then I can settle here for some more iron and silver. And as I said, you want to keep your towns when you're using Caesar Augustus, because of the fact that, and they, look, you're getting aggressive, are you? Because of the fact that it gives you more production in your capital. And the thing about Augustus is, with towns and cities can build every building. Let's look at it like this. If I can get that out of my mouth. That's what she said. Cities can build any buildings. Towns can only build specific buildings. Oh, that's shingle. We don't want shingle. Shingle's bad. No. Okay, she is trying to settle way too close to me. So my plans are not going to be put into fruition. She might want to start some shit. The computer usually starts with you if you have less science and if you have no army. That's wild game. She is right on top of us. This is probably not going to be a good game right now. Probably not going to last long. But this means that I most likely... Open borders is fine. Seems like she's going to start. We're going to stay away from her. Yeah, I know. Stay away from her little wonders. Where are the shinies? I'm probably going to have to get rid of you guys. Now that I think about it. As much as I would like some extra science, I'm probably going to have to get rid of you guys. Let's get a saw pit. Saw pit right next to the capital. The city center gives you more culture and science. I want the saw pit because I want the production. That is a production building. So we're going to settle... She's right there. Damn it, she took my fucking spot. Alright. The green is because it's by fresh water, which gives you happiness. It's settled by the horses. Alright, let's go down there. I'm going to have to get rid of you guys. Unfortunately, I mean, it gives me a boost to science, but I can't take advantage of any science overall. So now what we're going to do is we're going to initiate the cultural exchange if she accepts it to build up our relationship and get me some more culture per turn. Okay, let's expand. We don't want to ignore the resources, but we do need production. So let's get that in some culture. As I said, Tundra gives you culture for some ungodly reason. I don't know why, but it gives you culture. Okay. Well, you have a scout there. Now we're going to go with the Pantheon. You get altars, which give you happiness, and the Pantheon, which gives you certain passives. And we get another policy. So we're going to go with the discipline now to get our legatus. I wanted the cultural one. It's not there. this is only good for this period of time. I want wonders. There we go. So we got to get a temple or an altar so we can start building up wonders faster, which is also a cultural attribute. Now, when it says that there's unhappiness towards one another because of the fact that they settled close to you, it's you're unhappy with them because they settled close to you. It's not that they're unhappy with you for settling right on top of you. Okay, I could beat you down right now. Let's heal up for a sec. Okay, there's our second city. This gives us more production. As you can see, our culture just went up to 20. So as I was saying, and production in towns also gives you more gold. As I was saying, towns can only build certain buildings. They cannot build wonders. They cannot build... Okay, farmer's market is economic. Yeah, she is an economist. They cannot build ageless... Oh, no, they can build ageless buildings. They can build specialty buildings like science buildings and cultural buildings. Typically. That's not what I did. I attacked. What are you doing? Get back over there. Now, what that means is, when it says that our towns can build cultural buildings, that means that our towns can grant us monuments, which gives you culture. It can grant you... The altar would be nice. I would get a settler, I just don't know where. Let's get that altar. Actually, hold on. Do I have a wonder available? I don't. Okay. Let's get that altar out. Let's see. These are not our tiles yet, but I just want to make sure I'm not getting rid of something that would be good. Let's get rid of this. Because that's how it works. When you... Whatever your yields are... Get all fucking over there. Whatever your yields are... On that tile, you get rid of them when you put a building over them. Alright, now you're coming over here. So, it's time to buy some units. I really want to wait for my commanding officer. Let's grow that town even more. Let's get more production. Okay, and we have a celebration. I'm not building a wonder right now, so let's get more culture per turn. Let's do the gold, because I need more money. I'm totally aware of that. Thank you very much. As much as I would like to buy buildings, I need to buy units. Which I can right now. Hit him. Don't hit him. Okay. Hit him. You can't hit him? Why not? Eh, whatever. I'm gonna heal more than you. So yeah, this galley, this game is different than 6 in the sense that the independents or barbarians can take out all of your settlements. Himiko, Queen of Wa. She's all about being friends with everybody so she can get more science per turn. That means jack shit because she starts wars with me all the time. I'm in love with you, did you know that? Well, now you do. Alrighty, so we're going to do that. We can have scientific exchanges with her. Wait, why do you have to go... Why do you have to do that? Just attack him. You serious? He has to go this way? Oh, there's a friggin' hill. Damn it. She's with Mississippi, which is pretty good.
Do nothing. Which
Here comes my Legatus. Alright, so this is what you want. Here's another difference between this and 6. In this game, you don't have individual units leveling up. You have these commanding officers. When they do, you unlock incredible abilities and what have you. Now, this guy, if he gets to 3+ in terms of his advancements or his commendations or whatever, we can settle another settlement. So I don't even have to worry about building another Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Do I have a wonder? Yep. Okay, it's common. I guess I could use that. Now, you always want to build wonders near quarters and everything because it gives them more adjacency bonuses. So we're going to put this right here if we can. So now... So now we're going to try to get the wonders. We're going to try to get a golden age here. I've done it before. It's difficult, to say the very least, because the computer will endlessly build every wonder they could possibly imagine. All right, I want the gemstones because we're all about the resources now. I'm also all about the production at this point. Legatus, if you please. So anybody in the area of the Legatus is going to give him experience points. At a certain level, he then levels up or promotes, and at that point, we can get some commendations, advancements.
He was the first to construct.
The pyramids are now available. The pyramids can only be built in a place with a desert tile, and we don't have that in the capital. We could probably get it, though. You can get it. So now it is time for sailing, and I'm going to tell you why. Sailing helps us pass through shallow tiles of water. Okay, you're here now. It's time to beat up on him. And that's something I'm probably going to need soon. So we got enough gold. Let's buy the buildings that we have here. Now, we do have masonry, so we can buy a monument, and I'm going to buy a monument because this is what Augustus does. He gives you the ability to buy cultural buildings. On their own, they can't do that, these towns. You would not be able to build a monument in normal circumstances in towns, but with Augustus, you can. Okay, you are here, and so am I. Will you fuck off with these boats? There's the experience point totaling. You're going to heal for a bit. And you're going to sit tight. We want to get him to, like I said, 3 promotions. Once we get 3 promotions, then he's good. All right, hold on. Then we can get a settlement. Let's get some production, and let's get some culture and everything. And Isabella's denouncing me. I have no way of supporting myself on that one, so I'm going to just have to let her denounce me. She's at 57 science per turn. She has 3 of 4 settlements. And she is denouncing me because why? You did that, I didn't do it to you. So that's your problem, not mine. Denouncement is one step from them being angry with you, which means that you are now about to get a war called on you. She's right up on my shit. Okay, so let's see. Can you... Alright, there's one promotion. I always start with assault. Always. You don't have to, but I always start with assault. The reason is because with assault you can just get your troops... Typically, when you have your troops with the commanding officer, like when they're loaded up and everything, you can't attack on the first movement of your units. With the assault, you can. Alright, are you dead yet? You are. So now in one swoop, you're out, and we have sailings. There we go.
The white foam flew. The furrow followed free. We were the first.
We get galleys, we get embarkment, which means we can attack from the water. We get plus food on fishing boats, and we get the ability to build the bursa if it's available, which I'm sure it's not. With that, I can also get a warrior, and I can get a militaristic point. Now it is time for writing. Okay, and you are going to get another promotion. I am going to stick with assault. I'm going to put +2 or on combat strength with my infantry units. And we get a militaristic point because we disperse them. So we're going to go with... I guess we'll go with that. All right. You're already sending warriors out to me, and I lost a warrior because of this fucking galley that just gets shit out for no reason. But there's another warrior to take his place. I'm going to do this so we can go to the Legatus. And you're going to go here. We could get rid of this guy, but we're going to go here. Alright. She's already sending warriors. She does have a +1 on combat strength because of the iron. So I have to be leery of that. Let me go over here. Let me buy another warrior. Because I don't trust her. Now, if we get this done, we can then, you know, I mean, this wonder, we can then get more. Okay, so now I can go this way. We can then get more defensive strength on all our settlements. I'm gonna just keep you here for now. I don't know where you're going, sweetheart, but I don't really fucking appreciate it. Alright. Yep, she's got 2 warriors here. That would be an early war, so... And I still have this galley running around. Now, I can produce... I mean, she's got so much more of everything than I do. And this is why she's getting chesty with me. See if I can befriend Himiko. Let's do a cultural exchange. Farmer's market, right, okay. So another endeavor is the farmer's market, which means we are economists. Oh, and I forgot to save. Let's save the game. We're going to put this over Tubman. And we are going to overwrite that. Let me see. What is that? You call it the Tubman. I want to rename that. Actually, wait, let's go like this. Okay, we're gonna save that. I'm going to delete that. Alright. So at this point I'm gonna stop here because this looks like she's about to stir some trouble. But I hope this has been helpful so far. I'm going to have more details, and anything you have any questions about, please feel free to ask. Also, please like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what Frankensteinian combinations of leaders and civilizations you want throughout the course of exploration and antiquity and the modern age. Okay? You got to let me know. I will see you next time.